Around the Ozarks is now on your FM radio. Listen to Around the Ozarks mornings with Grace Gooley as I spotlight local people, stories, and podcasts, all while playing the country legends of the 90s and the hit makers of the 2000s. It's on the Ozarks' best country, 105.1 The Bull. It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Thompson Sales, Kitchen Land USA, Advanced Car Care, Smouse Brothers, and United Plumbing. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Forhetz.
Hi there. Good morning to you on Tuesday. Here's some news from around the Ozarks.
All right. The federal government is asking a judge to enter a default against former Springfield restaurant owner Michael Feltz. Prosecutors say that he failed to respond to a civil lawsuit seeking nearly $8.2 million in unpaid restitution. Feltz is currently serving a 2-year sentence for COVID-era Paycheck Protection Program fraud. Court filings claim that he improperly transferred ownership of a Commercial Street brewery to a former spouse to avoid paying restitution. A Joplin police officer is no longer employed following an investigation into misuse of the license plate reader cameras. Police say an audit found the officer improperly searched one license plate hundreds of times and didn't tie it to an open case. The officer was placed on administrative leave and that was under investigation, though it is unclear if the officer resigned or was fired from his position. Police say no other officers were found to have violated policy and new safeguards are now in place.
Yeah, that's a privacy concern for sure. If that officer was searching someone in particular for some...
I don't even understand the what your mind should jump to be honest with you.
Well,
like, what's the point in searching the same license plate hundreds of times? Like, is the license plate moving around the city? Like, is this a stalking? You know what I mean? Like, and I know they're not calling that, but is that what, like, I mean,
well, that's a potential.
I don't understand.
That is a potential problem, and is that there was you're stalking one vehicle, one person, figuring out where they are at all times. That's a potential problem. I don't know that that's what this is, but that you could put those pieces together, I think.
Yeah, I guess it's just, I feel like the license plate flock cameras are at popular intersections. So if you're stalking someone, wouldn't you want them? I mean, I know that that's not this case, but just as a general rule, wouldn't you want them when they're at an unpopular, like, I don't know, if you see them at a super busy intersection, what are you going to do?
Well,
there's a million other cars around, you know?
It's a way to keep tabs on people. That is against the law because it's not part of a police investigation. That's the issue.
Yeah.
Heads up about a road closure in Springfield today that may affect you. East Cherry Street. It's a busy road. Springfield City Utilities says the block between Fremont and Kickapoo will shut down for about 8 hours today, starting at 8 a.m. this morning. Water main repairs are happening there. CU says the work is necessary to maintain reliable water service. So we're all for that. So for 8 hours, avoid East Cherry. Missouri has submitted required paperwork to the federal government now to release delayed child care payments. The state is fulfilling the new federal Defend the Spend law, which requires states to justify child care expenses before being paid for those child care expenses. Nearly 2,000 providers are waiting on money now from services that were provided in December. This, of course, comes as Minnesota the state is under fire for giving out maybe billions of dollars worth of payments to daycares and other organizations accused of not actually existing.
That thing is a mess.
I mean, when you're talking $9 billion in potential fraud, it is sickening.
I do love citizen journalists, though. The guy, Nick, what's his last name?
Shelby? Well, somebody's got to do it.
Shipley, something. Somebody's got to do it, and he did. So good for him. A major sports and entertainment complex is being proposed for Osage Beach. It's exciting. Developers have unveiled plans for a mammoth field house on the site of the former Dogwood Hills Golf Course. That project could include attractions like pickleball, batting cages, and a top golf style driving range. Final features will be decided later this year following a market study.
Man,
Springfield City.
Lake of the Ozarks is getting some big stuff. I mean, that's part of what they're getting. They've got other big developments that are underway and planned, and it makes sense. I mean, it's such a popular lake, such a destination for people, not
Yeah.
just from St. Louis, but also from Kansas City, and so they should do it up.
We need to do a follow-up on that big development that they had started a while back. I don't know where that stands right now, but you know the one I'm speaking of. Looked pretty fancy.
Mhm.
Figure that out. All right. Springfield City Utilities is moving into the next phase of its water service line identification project. Crews will begin going door to door to inspect homes with unknown water line materials. The work is required under updated federal regulations aimed at preventing lead contamination. Homeowners will receive advance notice, and the process is expected to take up to 2 years for them to get to everybody.
Yeah, heads up, because people freak out, and ourselves included, about people coming to the door these days. You know, it's
Yeah.
so out of the ordinary and off-putting when somebody comes to your actual door. Everybody loses their minds.
Yeah. Well, there's too
Who
many.
has a funny bit about that? Sebastian Maniscalco. Maniscal? Yeah, I think that's his last name. He has a very funny stand-up bit about that. When people, it used to be when he was a kid, people would come to the door and his mom would like make them a 3-course meal, you know, and they would sit in the living room while she cooked. And now if somebody comes, everybody like dives under the couch. Don't make a sound. You know, you're checking your phone for the Ring doorbell. It's a funny bit. If you haven't seen it, I think it's Sebastian. He's funny. So look it up. New art piece, public art piece, is now installed outside the Library Center in Springfield. It's a sculpture called Vistallation and was created by a local artist named Michael Stelzer. It sits right in front of the new Hatch Auditorium. And by the way, the Hatch Auditorium officially opens this Friday. It's a 500-seat auditorium there at the Library Center. And the project for the sculpture was funded by a gift from the Hatch Foundation. So it all fits together nicely. The Entrepreneur Network 1 Million Cups Springfield is started the new year, actually, in a new location. Weekly meetings now being held at the Sunshine Event Center in Plaza Towers, the new and improved Plaza Towers. The organization also announced several new volunteer leaders from local business community, and meetings are held every Wednesday morning, and they are free and open to the public if you're interested in getting involved with 1 million cups.
All right. This is a fun story. Missouri is home to one of the most charming small towns in America, according to HGTV. The network has named Hannibal as the state's top pick. That's pretty fun. The history, the riverfront views, and the Mark Twain connections all went into that. Hannibal is known for its museums, festivals, and Mississippi riverboat tours.
I think that's a good choice. It is I would describe it, charming is one way, quaint is another way.
I can't recall if I've been to Hannibal.
It's north of St. Louis on the Mississippi River, so probably no.
Is it by Cape Girardeau?
That's south.
Oh, so no.
North is up. South is down. I love it when it's live. That's the fun part.
Just a no would have been great.
That's the fun part, is when it's live and you guys get to see it.
I don't know that I've been to Hannibal. Is there a prison there?
There might be. I don't know. I don't know that that's what
it's
attracted
just so familiar, but I'm like, why would I have been to Hannibal?
I don't think the prison is what attracted HGTV to it.
You know, I felt like that I've been there though. And a lot of the towns in the state that I have been to that are not right here in the Ozarks is because there's a prison there. That's why.
That's funny. All right. Hey, 2 more nights for the Broadway classic, The Music Man, to play in Springfield. Limited run, just 3 nights. So it was last night, it's tonight, and tomorrow night. The national tour playing at Juanita K. Hammonds Hall for the Performing Arts. The production features beloved songs like 76 Trombones.
76 trombones in the marching band.
Do you have any trombone stories that you'd like to share?
You guys, just so you know, I can play the trombone. It's true. I said it. I mean, you would think that I have not a musical bone in my body since I can't, match pitch when I'm singing. But believe it or not, I can play the trombone.
And you were a drum major.
And I was a drum major. I can keep the beat. I just can't sing.
The works.
At all.
Very musical.
0%.
Very musical.
I'm sorry to all of my friends on Sunday who have to listen.
I don't think trombone is what people would have guessed if they had to guess an instrument that you played. I don't think that that's what they would have come up with. Trombone.
You think they would have guessed the flute?
French horn.
Harmonica?
Piccolo.
I need to know, actually. Someone's going to need to let me know in the comments because I feel like I don't know what you mean by that statement.
Clarinet. Well, trombone, that seems like a boyish, maybe I'm being sexist, but it seems like a boyish instrument. and when I back in high school, it was all boys playing trombone.
Yeah, me too, actually. Me too.
Except you. All right.
Except me. But babe, I can't just do the flute. I mean, think about it. Me playing the flute.
Yeah, you're not dainty enough for the flute.
Exactly. I got fat fingers. Ethan really has fat fingers. Our kids. Our poor kids. All right. That's all we got. I don't know how we digressed. I don't know how it went there. I don't know how it went south. I was talking about going to the north, so
let's end it while we can.
All right. See you guys tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, brought to you by Command Family Medicine, Heating and Air Paramedics, The Trailer Ranch, Hewitt Messenger, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. We are waking up to temperatures in the upper 30s and even low 40s across the Ozarks. So it's a more mild start out there on this Tuesday. And generally today, it's going to be warmer all across the board. We do have a hazard to talk about today, though, and that is elevated fire weather. We have dry ground across the Ozarks. We are in drought conditions for many across the region, and the breeze and the dry ground, the low relative humidity, all of that combines to mean elevated fire risk across the Ozarks today with southerly winds gusting over 20 miles an hour. Winds will be out of the southwest today for the Ozarks, and I'm expecting full sunshine, no hazards in the way of rainfall or snowfall. We will see conditions that are going to be rather dry today, but a chance for rain returns to the Ozarks tonight as a frontal boundary pushes through the region. Now, I don't think we're talking a lot of rainfall here. We could use it, but we won't see much out of this. In fact, I think the rain chance tonight stays to about 30% across the Ozarks. The bigger story is that today is dry and windy, and elevated fire weather is returning for the afternoon hours. We've got this very dry air mass in place, so fires in these conditions can spread very rapidly. Outside burning is discouraged today, and I am expecting that we are going to see some better weather. If you have anything that you have to get done outdoors, there are better choices for burning as we look at the extended outlook. Chances for rain tonight do exist. We'll notice a wind shift as that frontal boundary pushes through. Rain is not a guarantee for everybody. In fact, it's only about 30%, as I mentioned. Not expecting much in the rain gauge, but I think the bigger thing that you're going to notice here is that this cold front not only turns our winds, they'll be out of the northwest tonight and tomorrow, but it allows for this big drop in temperatures to develop for the middle of the week and the end of the work week forecast. Temperatures, they're going to be falling and back into the 40s 20s for highs, maybe even 30s for highs on Thursday. So it's definitely a cooler pattern for the second half of the work week forecast. Even though we have some elevated fire weather today, enjoy the temperatures. Will be in the mid and upper 60s. It'll be a great day to get outdoors if you don't mind the wind. I think that we will have much cooler conditions and still gusty winds around by Wednesday. Temperatures are going to drop, and in fact, by Friday night into Saturday morning, we may once again see low temperatures back into the teens. So the colder conditions do arrive. It looks like it's going to be kind of a blustery day around here on Friday too. So there's definitely some indoor weather ahead. Around the country, here's what's making headlines. It's wintry weather that's possible for parts of the Midwest, the Great Lakes, and the Appalachians by midweek. That's all the same system that's passing through for us and providing us a cool down. We've got above average temperatures for the West this week, so a little bit of a warm up out there after some below normal temperatures that they experienced and some more active weather in the early part of the month. All right, it's time for that Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister trivia question for the day. And the question that I left you with yesterday was this: what does Ozarks folklore say about hearing thunder in the winter, like the recent storms that we had earlier this month? Does it mean A, it means spring is coming early? B, it will snow in about 10 days? C, it predicts a mild winter overall? Or D, it signals the end of cold weather? Well, this was not one that I was familiar with. You know, we have a lot of sayings here in the Ozarks. I didn't know this one, but it is B, that it will snow in about 10 days if you hear thunder in the winter. We did have thunderstorms around last week, so we'll see if that holds true for us this year. As we look at the extended forecast right now, I don't see a big signal for winter weather arriving in the Ozarks. All right, here's the question that I'll leave you with for tomorrow. What is the all-time coldest temperature ever recorded in Missouri, set in the Ozarks region? Do you think it is negative 34 degrees Fahrenheit in Springfield, negative 40 degrees Fahrenheit in Warsaw, negative 32 degrees Fahrenheit in Rolla, or negative 38 degrees Fahrenheit in Branson? Which one? The coldest, the record for the state? You can let me know your guess at the website. It's aroundtheozarks.com. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning to Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. I sure appreciate you starting your day here. It's going to be a great day. Find some time to get outside. Enjoy the sunshine today. Colder weather returns for us tomorrow. Big shout out to our sponsors, Command Family Medicine, Heating and Air Paramedics, The Trailer Ranch, Hewitt Messenger, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Have a great one, everybody. We'll chat again tomorrow.